Marcus's free kick obviously made the difference. What was the game plan there with Sammy like in front of the wall? Is that what made a difference there?
Yeah, we try and set a screen on the outside of the wall to unsight the goalkeeper, and it worked. So well executed, and people fill in their roles, and it's sticky. It's tricky when it's that close to the edge of the box. You don't have. It's extremely difficult to get it up and down over the wall. So from that type of range, like you probably have to go around the wall. So if the two big men can create a screen and protect, unsight the goalkeeper, then it gives us a slight advantage, and he executed it well.
Feel like there was an increase in physicality tonight because it's a conference game?
Yeah, I just said to Paul, to their coach, like, they're so much better than their record.
Yeah.
I feel for him. There are times when you can be in a slump and really struggle to find the answers, and I think they're a way better team than an 05-1, I think. So in fairness to them and credit to them, when we went 2-0 up, I thought that might be the moment where we were going to kind of have a pretty comfortable evening. Sadly, that wasn't the case, and we had to stress our way to the finish a little bit. But anytime you get through those periods of the game, you're kind of grateful for the adversity. You're grateful for the stress of it. We're going to play a lot of one-goal games this season, and having to manage that part of the game is going to be really, really important later down the line, and was obviously important again tonight. So happy to get over the line.
Yeah, sure. Cody.
First game on the new grass. Did it play as good as it looks?
Fantastic. We just commented on it right now. Like there's no divots. There's nothing's come up at all off the surface. Like you genuinely wouldn't have been able to tell, or hardly been able to tell, that we've just played in a 90-minute game. So, listen, incredibly grateful to Natasha Oakes, to our sport oversight, to Rob Alsop, and ultimately to Ren and the powers that be that approved this, right? And I said to the players before the game, you have to understand what's happened here, and an investment has happened that is reflective of the belief that a lot of people have in what this program can achieve, and you've earned that. But don't go out tonight and disappoint. Don't forget why we earned that, what it was in the past that gives us an opportunity under difficult conditions and difficult circumstances to have reset the field in the middle of the season. There can be no excuses now, and there weren't any tonight. We played some lovely stuff tonight. Some of our best soccer was played in the first half, I felt. And my only criticism at half-time to them was that the game wasn't over. It wasn't 3. So. Again, credit to them for staying in there, staying in the fight, and making it more interesting than probably I would have preferred. But fantastic surface, and as I said, couldn't be more thankful for those that have approved this and got this over the line in a short amount of time as well.
Dan, Marshall's match hadn't ended when I came down about 10 minutes ago, but every game was either a one-goal game or a draw tonight.
Yeah.
It seems like margins are going to be really thin in the Sun Belt this year, so that's...
You've elected not to tell me what the score was, though.
It was 2-1 Marshall up over Coastal. How important is it to get 3 points on your home turf to start it?
Huge. I said to the guys as well, right? Like, don't wait for when we go to Kentucky or when Marshall come here. Like, there are 3 points that are just as valuable now as they will be on those occasions. So don't take this for granted. Don't take this lightly. If I'm their coach, I'm starting a new chapter, right? It's conference play. What happened in non-conference happened in non-conference. Like, we come here tonight with the same slate, 0-0, just as we do. So I knew there'll be a little injection of energy to play a ranked team from their perspective, and then obviously to start conference play that we needed to make sure we navigated. So very, very happy to get over the line.
I think we talked about this before. Marcus's service this year, he had another assist to Pablo. I recognize that that's always been part of his skill set. But has he taken a substantial stride in his passing, creativity, things of that nature this year?
No, I think there's been less, and not always rightly so. It's funny, I was guilty of telling him he should have been in the box, and then he pops up on the top of it to provide for Pablo. There is less of a requirement with Pablo on the field for Marcus to be the arriver on the end of everything, and Marcus has so many tools and so much talent. I want him to have that appetite to score more as well. I think we have a great chance late on where Braden plays across the face, where maybe he can be there. Not sure. And like I said, I was critical of him on the goal for Pablo because I thought he should be in a scoring position, but he wants to be linked in the game. He wants to do it all. But when he has that tendency to know that he has Pablo in positions where he just wants to be the beneficiary, if Pablo touches it 6 times and scores 2 goals, he'll leave here smiling. So They complement each other really, really well. And I remember saying to Pablo, I think Marcus is going to give you a lot of opportunities to score goals for us when we were in that recruiting process. I felt like that could be a really, really good partnership. So it's worked again tonight. And again, I think Pablo's going to finish the season with a lot of goals, and Marcus is going to finish the season with a lot of goals and a lot of assists.
Nacho tonight fought through a lot.
Yeah.
Seemed like he took a knock. Pablo described him as a warrior.
Yeah.
Is that a word you would use to describe him?
The nicest warrior you'll ever meet, but yeah, wonderful human being, great kid, and yeah, just the defensive destroyer that we felt like we were still looking for. Obviously, he had huge shoes to fill with the likes of Ryan Bear and Otto. We have some wonderful technical players whose strengths and qualities maybe aren't always entirely on that side of the ball, the defensive aspects of what he does, and he showed again tonight the number of times he intercepts, read the game. You've probably said it on broadcast, but he is the Argentinian Ryan Bear for us right now. So been really, really pleased with his introduction to the team and a really, really good start to the season.
High Point Tuesday, how important of a match is that in terms of measuring your squad and a resume builder for the tournament?
Yeah, it's huge. They're a very good team. Spent a lot of time once we were kind of finished with the scout of JMU, watching them and watching them navigate some very, very good teams to start the season. They obviously win against Georgetown, first game of the year. They have Marshall come to town and get a result in a really close game and a good game, or an even contest, I would say. And they're undefeated on the season. So probably been the first time in a pretty long time. You'll probably tell me when we're not the higher ranked team at home. And I like it. It's been a little while since we've been able to put the target on the back of someone else. So this is an incredible opportunity. And these don't come by. If results, if their result went according to plan tonight, then you have an undefeated team that will likely be in the top 10. Obviously, with our result, we may well squeeze back into the top 10 next week. But there's an unbelievable opportunity for a big-time NCAA tournament resume builder for us.
You all lost Sergio's top goal scoring on a season last year, but Pablo's really came in and just replicated that in a way. How big has he been in this season so far?
Yeah, as advertised, I think right now for what we hoped we would get from him when we recruited him, we were really, really excited about him as a prospect, and we're desperate to get him here last January when we learnt about him and his departure from Wingate, from a Division II school. It was clear to us that there is a natural instinct for him within 12 yards of the goal, within the penalty area, to arrive in places and want the ball in places where you give yourself opportunities to score. There's more to it than just simply being there. He has a high level of intelligence of where to move and how to run in those areas. And yeah, extremely pleased that 7-6 now for him. Was it 7-7? Either way, I forget how many games he played. 7-7. So he's off to a great start. But it's nice that it's also not to the detriment of Marcus's numbers as well. And yeah, I think Marcus is actually enjoying the fact that he has as many assists as goals or something close to it.